The next thing for you to know are just the basics of authentication, the basics of authentication. So authentication, when we try to verify that somebody is who they say they are, we can use three different methods to do that, or a combination of any of these three, or all of these three to verify, to authenticate that someone is who they say they are. And so we authenticate people in one of three ways, or all of three ways. There's three ways we could do it. We can authenticate them by what they have, so what you have, what you know, and who you are. Those are the three ways we could authenticate people. What does that mean? Well, what you have would be like a key. You might have a key to a building. Okay, you could get into the building because what you have, the key, allows you to get into the building. Or, yeah, a bank, right? A bank gives you an ATM card, and having that ATM card is one of the pieces that allows you to access your account. The other thing that allows you to access your account, along with your ATM card, the what you have, is what you know. And so to use that ATM card, you have to have a PIN. And so what you have, the ATM card, and what you know, the PIN, those two pieces of authentication allow you to access a bank account, right? And so those would be two ways we could authenticate people. And then finally, who you are. Who you are is another way we could authenticate people. And by that, I mean biometric. So measuring metric, the biology, biometric, measuring the biology of somebody. And so that could be like a thumbprint or voice recognition or face recognition or retina recognition, any of that stuff. And so that would be the third way that you could authenticate people. And so that's basic authentication. And just, it's a framework for thinking about authentication. So if we apply that framework to Google, right, username and password, it's what you know. And then they also have the two-step authentication or two-step verification, and that's where they send a message to your cell phone, and then you have to enter that, and that would be what you have, right? And then also what you know at that point. But you got to have the cell phone. You got to have the cell phone for that part to work. So they added another layer of authentication on their login process if you use the two-step verification. All right, so it's a little bit about a framework for thinking about authentication.